F indeed, thank you. Note to self, safety save before rope maze. I've never had that happen before. I've genuinely never had them all like swarm like that before. That's rough. Yeah, so if you do those 4 endings and then save the game afterwards and go back to the exhibit after that, the character that corresponds to that ending will be in the gallery and the account. So we basically have to do 4 full playthroughs of the game while also getting the other 3 endings on the way. Isn't super good or super ideal, but that's the category. At least we still edged out a 121, that's not bad. You can actually afford to take the hit here. If you play it safe, then you can obviously just go around it, which in one of the runs we will have to do, because the route that we're doing requires us to take more than 1 hit in the portrait room, so we can't go into the portrait room with 2 health, we'll die. This is shaping up to be better than the last run already though. The last run was, I think it was okay. There was a lot of pretty early mistakes that were fixable. I wouldn't say any of them were major mistakes, but they add up. Especially over the course of a run this long. That ain't it. Ideally, you would want the stickman to be there first time. Or like, the first one you look at, but not always that lucky. Yeah, see, that's much quicker than the last time. Actually duck under the spit there. Just if you happen to so be on the tile that it spits on, you'll take damage. That was better. Oops. Bit too many angles there. Yep, that's like a 10-second gold split there. That's pretty good. Nice, nice. This may also end up being a gold split. This is going pretty well so far. We actually won't heal ourselves here. I usually do, but that'll pretty much guarantee we get a gold split, but health wise we're looking okay. I haven't really taken much damage, so we need to come past this area again somewhat soonish, so I'll just heal then. Gold split. I wish we had actual times to compare to. I didn't I forgot to split at some splits the last time we played through this, so it's kinda undone all of them. Maybe I should have went in and just filled that in manually. I'll get that painting at the top soon. Get that. Yeah, we need to backtrack all the way to the blue area now. That's good. Now that we've got Gary, we can read some of these paintings that have words that he cannot read. Should have went the other way, saved the tile. That's good. And now this split we might lose time on because I don't normally save here. Or not save, heal. Usually at this point I would have healed already, but I'm thinking because we would heal and then go to that area that's got the blue portrait in it, or the lady in blue, if you will. Then we could end up taking damage there, so let's not do it. Just heal here. Genuinely nearly did not notice that there. I nearly just walked straight into it. And get the wedding pieces. All these wee silly paintings, even the ones that don't have names, they all count. Probably should have saved after reading the bit like I did last time, because if this fails I'm going to have to examine that again. That's, yeah. Yeah. We are continuing, like I'm not going to stop on a bad maze, we're going to, like because we're doing 4 full playthroughs of the game we can expect a bad maze from time to time. And we're almost 100% guaranteed to not get a gold on this though. But we'll try and make up the time we can. And then these all count as well after you do the puzzle, so let's do that and just examine it again. Jesus. Whole lot of fucking blessed brides. Yeah, we are hemorrhaging time just now. I don't know if you can see like that individual split timer down the bottom. But our best for this area is 3:13. We're now at 3:33, so we've lost a lot of time here. It's devotion to custody. Move. Bullhead, something like that. Oof. Now let's kill a bit of time here. Again, we don't want to head straight for the bit that you break through, because if the Blue Portrait's AI just decides to gun for you, it can hit you there, which can be potentially an issue. This is rough. I don't know, that should panned out okay. Well, that was maybe going to stand in front of me there, that would have been bad. Let's remember to save before we get to the rope maze. Split might go. I'm looking for a lot of gold splits to come up because we lost a lot of time at the devotion split. About a second. Nothing major worth writing home about, but still better than nothing. Right, so we'll do the painting, we'll talk to Gary, and then you will save so we don't have to keep talking to Gary after every time. One, two, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got some really good dialogue there. All the dialogue options you can get, that was pretty quick. Oh, this is bad also. Yes, because I need the yellow one to go up. Then examine this for the friendship point. That's it. That was better. A wee rough patch in the middle, but nothing too bad. abyss of the deep. This part's much quicker than the Chinese version of the game. For anyone here who happens to have played the Chinese version of the game, you would know. Grab these two paintings here. And this one we have to grab anyway. You get a friendship point for reading this, which matters for the Promise of Reunion. Promise of Reunion. Blessed Mary. That one you have to read there as well. You don't get another chance to read it later. Like here, you obviously have to walk back through this area to advance, but the vines that come up here, there, stop you from looking at the painting. You have to get that in the way in. And you can do that on any playthrough, but obviously we want as much out of the way as we can now. Good time save. And I think we can make a start on the doll pieces there. The doll pieces were the issue last time. And the doll pieces never appeared in the gallery. And that obviously voided the run, because that means the run's not 100%, so... We want to just kind of look at everything to do with the doll, but I will show you that as we get to it. And I believe you also have to do that twice as well, because I think it differs depending on whether you do or don't pick the doll, as is my understanding. I'm not super educated on that part. Like, that's entirely just based on the fact that that's what I did and it worked. But you can probably narrow it down. It's very likely that you don't have to read every single thing, but I did that and it worked, so. You'll see about the doll parts here then. things that we would normally skip over. We want to push the doll here. Damn it. And also this part here. I believe that changes depending on if you kick the doll or not, because if you kick the doll it's just like the doll's head that follows you around, not the actual whole body. This is another part where the routing for this turned out to be an issue, because there's all these paintings down here, obviously the juggler, things like that, but there's more in different rooms as well. And even if you read these as Gary 1,000 times over, it will never ever work. You have to get Ebe to read them. But the only way you can get Ebe down there is by failing the doll room as Gary. And the problem that poses, 2 wee seconds till we finish this room. There we go. And the problem that poses is, obviously the quicker thing to do is not fail the doll room. And there's no endings that we're doing, other than obviously the Welcome to the World of TGE and A Painting's Demise. Welcome to the World of TGE. Oh, Welcome to the World of Gertena is. And A Painting's Demise. But they pretty much entirely revolve around failing the doll room, and then when you go into the doll room to meet Gary, you don't ever come back out it either. And there's no other endings that require that. Like, you can do it, but it's faster not to, so you have to actually intentionally change the route to make it longer, just so you can do that for this route. Forgot to save it one of them. And now we want out here. Oh. Get a decent layout. Paintings like that, like the one on the wall now, that you can't examine. They count, but you don't have to examine them for them to count, they just are there. I think there's some other paintings that have that as well, like the Red Eyes painting. I don't know that you have to examine the doll version of the Red Eyes painting, but you are better safe than sorry. And now that we've got Gary with us, we can do these paintings here as well. Because I believe there's some of them that you cannot do without him. I know that one there, as a fact, you cannot do for sure. These books here, I don't know again that you have to read this one. Like, I don't think that's 100%, but there is one later on that you do have to read. Like, if you do not read it, you will not get a painting. Or 2 paintings, I should say. I was supposed to get that for the top. Bad movement. And then from here, the POR run pans out pretty much the same as always. Because in this entire area there's no portraits you can examine, there's one single one. But the POR run requires you to be basically next to it anyway. Just it's obviously quicker not to examine it so people don't. But it's not like it's a big detour to go around it to get it. That's okay. Then the black gallery, that counts as well. Again, before you jump through the fabricated world painting. But as opposed to doing that, now you will do TGE after or during the fourth run. And we'll get it then, because the TGE area brings you out in the middle of the gallery. So there's like a minor time save there. But in a run that's so long, we'll take any easy time saves we can get. Especially when it's such a risky run as well. So here we do not need to speak to Gary. The old route would have you speak to him here, but we don't have to do that. And the reason that we don't is because we did the rope maze earlier. You do the rope maze and read the book, that gives you the friendship point. So like at this point we should, if I've done everything correct, which I believe I have, we should have enough friendship points to get Promise of Reunion. Union? I don't know why I'm having trouble saying that today. I've never had issues with that. I mean, you can still do the sunlight, but at that point it's overcompensating. If you forget to get a point anywhere else, then you can do it there. But it is by far the slowest way to get a point. So you ideally want to go through every other option before that one. Oops. A safety save here as well. The safety save becomes extra important when we do this again later during Memories Crannies. During the other two times that we'll do this, we're going for the bad ending, at which Mary will give you... Yep. Which Mary will give you the rose. So you still have 5 health going into it, which is okay. Like, you can get out of here quite safely with 5 health, but with 1, even the tiniest wee bit of bullshittery, like what just happened there, will cost you. And if I hadn't safety saved, that would have been a GG, basically. Unloads. Right, now the painting that we have to examine is in this room. Probably guess which one it is already, if you're an avid EVE player. Damn, I've really not been paying attention to my splits at all today. That's bad. now we need to examine the painting on the wall. That counts. That's one of the ones that appears in the black area of PGE. Other than that, let's just get back to the gallery and wrap up this POR section of the run. Again, at this point we've done most of the legwork for the run. But everything up to, with the exception of a couple of dodgy ones such as the Heart and Devotion paintings, with the exception of them we are pretty good up to the Violet area. Won't have to do anything like that in other runs, because when you save the game it tracks the things that you've already looked at. Yeah, man. You could, if you were truly inclined, grab Mother's Hand there to get the Eve All Alone ending out the way quick, but it's significantly shorter to do it later on, so it makes no sense to do it there, but it's an option. That's Dr. Gary, and that's POR basically over. Just text here. Fine. The reason that I've made this route in such a way that Promise of Reunion is the first one that you'll do is because it's, in my opinion, the hardest ending to get as far as requirements. Like a tiny slip up will cost you Promise of Reunion, and I've had that before. I believe it was a 1.04 all endings run where I done every other ending, made it to the end, and then can either give him the handkerchief to get POR or not give him the handkerchief to get MC. And I got to that part and it didn't even give me the option, so it was very clear that I'd missed something. So I completely screwed the run basically by messing up the POR stuff. Alex, how you doing? Hope you're keeping well. So when I made this route, I done UR first because you have to do it at some point anyway, and I figured it was as well getting it out of the way because it's better having it an issue be half an hour into the run than 2.5 hours into the run. You haven't really missed much of the run, by the way, Numelix. It's been a fairly standard affair so far, but it's going pretty well. I would say. I'd say it's going okay. I don't know if that's faster or slower than the last one that I've done. New game plus at dead ass 35 minutes. The new plan. Right, this is the part of the run where we are doing 4 endings in the one run. This is the part of the run that's most similar to the other all ending categories, if you have seen any of those. where like you make different saves and stuff like that so that you can reload certain parts to go back to later, yada yada. Wow, that movement. Down the bottom there, best 122 for this split. Yeah, nah. Kevin, we ain't golding that. At least it was only a second behind, but the way that it looked as if it was going, we were going to be at least an hour behind on that split. So because we've already done all the legwork in that last one, I can pretty much just zoom through this now, which is nice. Oh shit, nice. Dude, that cat in the box game looks really good. I really want to try that. Like it looks genuinely, I don't want to say genuinely difficult, but it looks like a good challenge. A refreshing change of pace for the rest of the games on the server. Well, that was terrible. Right, we're going to have to change the route slightly because of that. We need to go in here first to heal. Why would the painting go back up? Or the statue? Okay. I don't know if I'm missing something here as well, but maybe you guys are more familiar with Twitch than me. When you typed in Monka S there, like I know what Monka S is, or I know what face that Monka S should be, but for some reason it's came up in the stream, or at least in my chat window, as literally just Monka S, as opposed to showing the emote. I bet it's because I'm looking at the chat in PS. Instead of actually on the stream. You know, Lachlan done that with a mermaid swamp run as well. It was a run that was sat for like... Oh, that's not right. I'll have to look into that because Monka S is a fantastic emote and it should definitely be visible at all times. Even if you're not on Twitch, you should just be able to see the Monka S emote. It would just help. Anytime. I'll have to look into that. I do have the FFC, like better TTV stuff on Chrome, which is what I'm using, but I'm saying because I'm not using a pop-out chat or anything like that. I'm just using the chat that's in Streamlabs. That's why I'm wondering if it's not coming up. Safety first. Because I'm pretty sure it comes up on the stream. Like the wee chat thing that I've got in the stream where it comes up what people are typing. I'm sure that Monka S, the emote, comes up as opposed to the text. I don't know, man. Which? Why? Another thing I'll need to start thinking about is what I want to do after Eve. Because with the exception of like other games that I've played which have been like one and done runs and stuff like that, Eve is like the only game that I have... What is this now? Eve is like the only game that I've committed to pretty hard in the last like 2 months or something. Like it's the only game that I've done a proper like category grind of. So I need something else to do, but there's so many good games going about just now that I really don't know. There's a part of me that says buy Cat in the Box. Play that. There's another part of me that says you own all the Strange Man games. Should actually play them for a change. And there's another part of me that says Your Turn to Die needs more attention. So I think we're probably gravitating one of those directions. Corpse Party Rebirth is another one as well that's been requested for me to go back into. Hard in custody. In the last run you might have noticed that was Devotion to Custody. I think it is. It's if you see the sinister painting, it changes to Heart in Custody. Not 100% sure if I mentioned that already, but it's a very easy painting to miss if you don't know what you're looking for. Right, we want to just kick the head this time, so smash right through. That was alright. There we go, lovely. I don't actually know what relevance that has to the story, but I can guess. I'm gonna guess that Gary accidentally or otherwise vandalised something with his lighter. Gallery be fighting back. Look at the speed. Right, let's go. Hopefully this gold. I'm trying to pull in as many gold splits as I can because we had a pretty substantial time loss early on in the run. I can't even remember why. We'd done something. Oh, we got a bad maze. A safety saved before the maze, and then we got a bad maze, so I had to reload my save. And we lost 30 seconds, I think. 30 whole seconds. This is going to be about the same as far as the split time. Pretty much the same. Now the next thing we need to do is, when we find Mary, we have to ask if she's okay. That's just one of the things that sends you down the path to APD and WOG, which are the next two endings that we need to get. Fortunately, they don't have New Game Plus prompts after them, so just literally having the end title, end card, appear on the screen is enough. Which means we can F12 for that and it will still count as part of the run, which is nice. I'm telling you, see, within this past week, I think I've done, not including anything that I've done today, between the 100% run that I've done and then 2 test runs afterwards to find out different things about the run, I think I've done like 6 playthroughs of Veep today. And then this is, not today, within the week. This is like run number 8 in the past 3 days, something like that. Which I know that like for most speedrunners is like expected, but for someone that doesn't have a whole lot of free time between work and stuff like that, who like only speedruns casually, having enough time to do that is very unusual. Good. And it is, it's lovely too. Telling you, the rest of these playthroughs fly in after you've done that Promise of Reunion, because at this point we're no longer particularly looking for paintings and stuff like that. And don't worry, we will come back to that, but for now, just a case of just running the game. Oh, what a manoeuvre. Damn, that was the worst I've done that room in quite some time. Go 5th cop. I think at this point Gary's already screwed. If you do too many things, you start racking up what they call doom points. And if you have too many doom points, it basically locks you out of certain endings. So at this point in the run, Promise of Reunion and the Memories Crannies are impossible, basically. I'm sure at this point we have 3 points. That's good. That was even better. Very quick. Red eyes. Wait, actually, I think it's here that we're about to screw Gary over. I think kicking the mannequin head, that's a point. Pulling the 5th cord at any given time, that's a point. I think, yeah, kicking this doll, I believe, is a point. Failing the doll room, give you 2. Like 2 points. Also, some of the dialogue's changed there from the last time, because last time we never kicked the doll, we moved it. Oh, wrong way. Here's to another part of the run. Right, so shortly we're going to start the part where we kind of branch the endings, if you want to call it that. Full speed. I forgot the movement. There we go, dumb mistake. We've done worse. Yeah, I think the last 100% run that we done, I forgot to pick up the ball of paint, just completely, in the red smoke room. That was a good healthy backtrack to get that. Took that. So after we get this ball of paint, we want to run back up and save the game. Here. Right, then run in and we fill the doll room. We should get a painting's demise. Because we kicked that doll, also we have significantly less time. I didn't actually know that until recently. The doll room goes much faster if you kicked that doll. Hey Star, long time no see, how you doing? Thank you for the luck, I will need it. Run across the wall. I hate how it's just one, or how it's not, one big dialogue box that you have to keep speaking to him over and over and over. For me personally, the fastest way to mash in this game is ZX, like just alternating between the two really quickly. But X, excuse me, also opens the menu. So because it's not just one long text box, you can't just mash X all the time, because if you catch X, or if you hit X on a frame where it isn't dialogue, you'll just open the menu, which is obviously bad. So fortunately our routing paid off, because we are pretty much locked into the painting's demise ending at this point. Nice healthy skip on the entire sketchbook area. Bless her. A couple of paintings that appear in here, specifically just on this run, as the building's kind of corrupting itself, if you want to call it that. There's a ending that appears, not an ending, a painting that appears, but it doesn't count for the gallery, because this ending has no new game plus prompt. So the game has no way to recognise it, basically. This has a similar issue to the last area, where the text boxes are kind of so scattered about, and it's really tricky to get the timing for them, that you're as well just mashing Z the entire time that the screen's fading out. Run's almost coming up on the hour mark as well. Thank you to everyone watching. Hour's a long time to be watching a speedrun. Right, I think at this point you can go between Z and X now. You can split and then F12. Split F12. And yeah. Now we want to swap back quick. Get Mary, the poor soul, to run away. And then we speak to her 8 times for her ending requirements. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now again, fill the doll room. Talking to Mary 8 times there basically builds your friendship with her in the very brief time that you have with her. Ultimately she will decide not to leave you or Gary. I did mention earlier in the run as well that for the violet area paintings, like the paintings in this area, you have to fill the doll room and then have Ebe get Gary, so that you can get Ebe down into that area. But we can't do that this time through, because the rest of the requirements, if we fail the doll room at this point, we will... excuse me. If we fail the doll room at this point, we are locked into a painting's demise. So, when Ebe enters the doll room, she never comes back out, basically. So we will get that during the Forgotten Portrait run. What I was saying earlier about how, even though we've done most of the legwork for the run, and the Promise of Reunion first section, every run has a different part to play in making everything come together for the 100%. Right, Mary will come back in. Good, good. Oh, I can't even imagine. Genuinely. Dealing with trying to install Windows as it is currently on anything is difficult enough. What is it you're installing, if you don't mind me asking? Trash. Yeah, to the trash. Very nice. Yeah, I've seen people have issues with like older PCs as well, just trying to do anything on them. Sometimes a laptop or a computer will have just run its course. Damn, 15-year-old hardware. We talking Windows XP, boys? That was good. That was really good luck. The thing about that as well though is that because I kicked the doll, there's less time, so it was a bit more urgent to try and find the key. There's. So because we didn't fail the doll room, we can continue to the sketchbook area. But we have that many doom points with Gary that he's pretty much destined for a bad time. So we are locked into pretty much Ebe all alone and together forever. Or either or, one of those endings. But we'll make a save and we will get both of them for the purpose of the speedrun. That was good. Just open the menu. Very good. You know, for someone who not long ago was talking about how this is like the 8th run of that I've done in the past like 3 days, still surprisingly bad. At this point we should be the equivalent of like Cosmic running Ocarina of Time. But no, here we are. The equivalent of Darbian running just about anything. I've always wondered why the text is so fast at the bucket compared to everything else in the game. Really need bucket strats. I remember what else we need to do in this run. I don't think there's anything else specific we need to do at this point. I think it's just a case of make it to the end and get the 2 endings, then start the next run. With the exception of Art in Custody, this section, if you will, I'm referring to like every ending we need to get or each different playthrough of the game as sections. This section, there's not too much to worry about in regards to paintings and trying to fill the gallery, things like that. This is most of the legwork for the all endings part. There we go, that was quite smooth. Toy box. Think we're ahead. We are. We've had quite a long run of gold splits, and don't get me wrong, I don't doubt that some of them are like milliseconds. But still, it's encouraging. It does mean that we're certainly going faster than last time. Excuse me. Crept up on me out of nowhere there, or else I would have muted the microphone. Again, at this point Gary's basically doomed, but when Mary gives us back the rose we have 5 health, so safety saves need not happen. I haven't actually tested these other dialogue choices, but for the most part the default ones are the quickest. I could maybe do a video guide for this, not like this run specifically, but EBIT in general. It is a thing that I've considered with games, particularly Mad Father. Like doing tutorials on basically how to speedrun the game. Hey, great success. Unfortunately for Gary, we do not care to avenge him this time, so on we go. Save here. Then we'll get the IIA. For a second there I thought I pressed the wrong thing. Like I thought she was winding up to jump into the painting. RIP to the streak of gold runs. F. And then this time we'll jump in, get together forever. Right, this part of the run I've slightly changed. Well, not this part. I don't know why I'm saying this part, it's like half an hour away. We're not even remotely close to it. But the Forgotten Portrait section of the run, we've changed slightly. Just for another wee bit of safety. Yeah, cafe. No, that wasn't right. I wanted to save that. Damn. Big time loss. Got way ahead of myself. It's about a minute that we've lost there then. 2 minutes, I should say. That really sucks. My hand's already kinda starting to hurt from like all the text mashing in the game, but I'm mashing through this as hard as I can. No, we're only actually losing about a minute. I thought we were minute and a half, maybe minute 20 sort of range. Because I thought it was going to be about 3 minutes, but it's not, because we would have had to have spent half of that getting the actual ending anyway, so whatever. Right, new game plus plus. Fortunately though, I don't think we've made any, other than that, which is a dumb mistake, don't get me wrong, but we made a handful of dumb mistakes the last time we tried to do this run, which we haven't done yet. It was like silly things like forgetting the bouquet in the grey area, things like that. And I tell you what, I forgot to put in a gallery split here as well, but oh well. Perfectly timed text box. Damn, an hour 15, it doesn't feel like we've been running this for anywhere near that long. Well, there's a dumb mistake. Right, bring it back, get it together. A 127 gallery of reset, I don't think. Right, so the next thing that I really need to do is push the mannequin head at the grey area. I have a set of notes up that tells me kind of any standout things that I have to do in the run. The next thing I know that I need to do is push the mannequin head. The reason that we push the mannequin head is so that we can get the doll to drop when we pull the 5th cord. Because if you break the mannequin head by kicking it, when you pull the 5th cord, another mannequin head will come down and break. Whereas you want the doll head to drop down, so we have to push that. Good. See, this is starting to go okay now. If we can come out of this with a gold, then we are kings among men. Not with movement like that. In you get. Genuinely still cannot believe that together forever. Botch, if we want to call it that, was bad. That was genuinely just not thinking. I think that overall though we're still going to be faster than the last time we tried to do this. Yeah, let's get in and out, no funny business. I can't remember if it was this one or the last one, but we had a run last time where we really had issues with that room. Like I almost genuinely died and had to go back and heal. It must be the next time though, because we're catching up to the Gary split, or you again, Honey, on reasonably good pace. Like, so we were 4 seconds faster than last time, despite the minor flubs we had. But last time we lost significantly more than 4 seconds, or at least at the part that I'm talking about, so there must be some other, probably the next run. Right, safe to save at the maze, as is tradition. I was hoping it wouldn't move that way. We need to go a kind of longer, awkward route to get to that wall now. If it was just a normal playthrough of this game, I would not be healing, or even safety saving, at like the areas that I have been. Like, I wouldn't have safety saved before the maze, and I wouldn't heal in the maze either. Stuff like that is usually just a reset, but for the purposes of like a long run, I don't want any chances. been better. Oh, that was different. We haven't had bad movement like that in a while. In that room specifically. And now this, we stop Gary. I've got it in the notes as push, but it's you don't even push it, you just stop him kicking. Yeah. Good, good. Ah, excellent. Hey, this is one of those times that I mentioned earlier, where the reason why I stay behind the stool or the blue, or the lady in blue, it pops through because if you just stand by the wall she can hit you and you can lose a health, and we do not want that. Because going into the next part, or the next room with 1 health can be dangerous. That's tight. Yeah, boy. Right, that's fine. Depending on where that red, like the red dressed mannequin go, depending on where that goes, and the lady in green is cutting about as well. The two of them have potential to just block the door, block certain paths, yada yada. And when you've only got 1 health, you cannot afford that. You can give yourself a safety net with 2, but obviously the more health you've got, the better. I think this is going to pan out about the same, this split. Actually no, I think we are losing a couple of seconds, perhaps. Oh yeah, definitely. That wasn't so bad actually, that was like half a second. Considering the lackluster time that we had at the maze. The first time that I done this run, I made a good selection of bad moves and just like silly mistakes, but the run still came out way ahead of my predicted time. My predicted time was like 2 hours 50, and I think we finished it in about 2:21, 2:22, somewhere in that range. So if we're on pace to kind of match that, that's okay. Obviously, ideally we want to beat the time because we want to be faster than the run before. We want to be able to improve on our runs, but I was quite happy with that time, so if we can match that, or of course improve, then we are on to a winner. Good, good. This run's going to be pretty standard now up till the doll room. I mean, it's been pretty standard so far, all in all, to be quite honest with you. Thank you. Very much enjoy the dialogue in this game. One of the better RPGM games out there, but that's not really a secret to anyone who's played it. Yeah, man. Just slightly ahead. Yeah, that was much more up to scratch than the last one. Full speed. Right, so we want to pull 5th here. I'll examine that in a second. We can just pull this. Because you take a step back when that drops. Now we examine it. Poor painting has been absolutely trampled upon today. Not even the first or second time that we've stood on that. That's another thing actually that I forgot. If you break all the heads in that, that actually gives you a doom point for Gary. Just going back to that for later, I forgot that was one of them. It's, again, why you would want to do that when there's so many quicker in the road options that you can take. I mean, that's precisely why we don't do that. Oh, a tail there. Try to stretch myself out when I'm in these long parts here because I'm starting to kind of seize up. Yeah, we want to kick the dog here. Again, just to be sure. Very paranoid about the doll parts not showing up. Good. What a strange painting. I think this has been pretty good so far, to be honest with you. Like the pace that we're making here. It's not too bad. But no major errors. Damn, I got a fright. I'll be honest. Every time I'm literally never ready for that thing to show up. The classic IE. Yeah, we want to fail the doll room here, but unlike the last runs, we are not locked into APD or WOG. So if we fail the doll room, it will result in Ebe just coming down to get Gary, more or less. You can actually go without kicking the doll, like you can just push the doll and fail this, but because we kicked the doll, this is faster now. There we go. Before the chime even really ended. Another thing as well, I can't recall if I got that painting behind the brown key. I don't see why I would have missed it, but I don't want to take the chance, so I will examine that again when we get back upstairs. Just gonna mash, just relentlessly. 2 hands. Right, we want to slap the poor soul. What a hit. Right, and then just stare back, don't hit him again. As much as it would be potentially quite pleasing to do that, we're not doing that. So now, as you can see, we have Ebe in the purple area. It's this one. That's that done. There's nothing in that room, is there? Nothing. Yeah, as I said, I'm going to check up that other painting. God, every time. Every single time. It's unfortunate, but we'll have to leave her with pleasure, sir. There we go. For making a detour, that went well. Pretty clean movement. Now look at that best, that can't be right. There's no way. It took us 7 minutes to complete the toy box, that cannot be right. There's no way. it doesn't have the split. It's very likely that I forgot to do Toy Box and that it's probably just the time all the way up to and including Forgotten Portrait. The notes down a wee bit. You know, of all things, it's actually the movement hand that's starting to, I don't want to say cramp, but I feel the hand starting to resist the mashing. No, not the mashing, but the constant jumping between movements and stuff. Fighting back. Nice. That was good. Tell you what, from being in the library in the Violet area all the way up to here, just taking over 3 minutes, that's good. No wonder it feels like it's flying in. It is. Or 43 for the Forgotten Portrait. Again, no safety save here for the same reason as the Together Forever one. You lost your rose? Well, that's not good at all. Telling you, the background for this area is some of the best work I ever did see on MS Paint. Do you want this back? I don't mind. Keep it if you want, it's just for decoration, it's okay. You mad, son? Carry on. God damn. Jesus. Fucking mannequin heads are on a mission. Right, we grab the lighter, then we get Forgotten Portrait. Sounds like a plan. What I think about it, it might even be quicker to just read the Mary painting here, because obviously you won't have Gary's dialogue where he talks about the painting. It might actually just be quicker to get it here. The way that I see it though, it's only a few minutes and like an hour long. More than an hour long, about 2 hour long run. And it's not even minutes, it's seconds. Damn, this run's really grating on me at this point. Eep, can you not? Thank you. Damn, the run really is grating on me. There was an actual genuine part of me there that was like, did I get the lighter? I have no recollection of getting the lighter. Literally setting the painting ablaze. Did I get the lighter? Bad speedrunner. So the new area is opened, but we are ignoring that. And you could also not ignore it and just do it now, if you want. I do not. It's not here, it's over there. Convincing stuff. You almost had me there. Yeah, let's go and check on Gary, shall we? How you doing, fella? Man's a work of art. Right, let's get that new game plus plus plus. Right, this is the final run. Fortunately, the ending that we're doing, Memories Crannies, isn't that long. But we do have to do the like true hidden exhibit part. At this point, despite everything that we've done, we still haven't unlocked the bonus content because we haven't done the bonus dungeon. So we will do that now. One of the better galleries that I've done, to be honest. At least in this playthrough. That's not right. There we go. I'm used to splitting there because there's usually a gallery split, but I did not make one. Forgot. So the split's actually at the when we get Gary. Again. It's wild to think we've done this whole game front to back 3 times already. Where has the time gone? Like, we've genuinely done this part, the paintings, the grey area, collecting all the paint, sketchbook, yada yada, 3 times. Get good luck. 2 out of 4 is good. It's better than what we get last time. Last 100% run we done, we get 1 out of 4 on good lucks. At least it's moving the right way. Fortunately, this category, Memories Crannies, is the first one that I started running in this game, like the one that I kinda committed myself to the most, so I'm the most familiar with the route in this. Which you would think makes me good at it, but probably not. We'll see. As far as my notes, it's nothing particular we have to do, just literally get to the true exhibit area in the notes, begin again. So this is pretty much just going to be a standard Memories Crannies run. Except that part where I made a grievous error. It's a bit late to get aggro now, you've just hit me. Get that double heal. What error did I make the last time? Because look at that difference between now and the quote-unquote at best. This is probably the one where I made the error with the lady in blue painting that I was talking about. I don't know how it happened, but they just trapped me and got me down to like 1 health, and I hadn't got the rose yet, so I had to leave and come back. Or leave, heal and come back. It was actually a disaster. It was really bad. Now that's 20 seconds of just straight time save there. By minimising silly errors. With the exception of the Together Forever one, there's been no major mistakes this run so far. Oh, what is this now? Well, that was different. That was something new. Literally never seen them moving that way before. Oh, again. At least we get out this time. We will certainly incur a time penalty for that, but it's okay. These things happen. What you really want is a 4 for 4 on perfect mazes. Or if not perfect, just mazes that you get out of. And back to back on all 4 of them without safety saves. That's the dream. It will be a far braver man than I who does that. And we're starting to close in the 2-hour mark on this speedrun now. Where's the time gone? Should I said that coming up to the hour mark? Damn, that was nearly a whole hour ago. That was immature of me. Right, free health here's fine. In you get. Thank you. Oh, that was not a favourable place for him to be at all, as you could have probably told. I thought for certain we were getting either blocked or maybe just going to have to take a long road. We were at least, at minimum, taking a hit. But no, we didn't. Not too bad. Come on. All that and we lost a second? I don't even think we failed the maze last time. Now whatever happened to allow that, that must have been bad. Oh, thank you. I think we're probably looking at around a 2-hour 20 mark for this run. Anything under that would be lovely, but I highly doubt it. Highly, highly, highly doubt it. On that note as well, when the run's over, it's not actually over. The click when the true exhibit opens is your cue to split for like the live split thing, and it'll tell you what your final time is, but you also need to do a tour of the gallery so that you can show the verifier that you've actually done 100%. So even if we get a really good time, we cannot get excited until we know for sure that we've done everything. I tell you that I'm really afraid of the dull parts. Just the last run that we done, it was during the verification process that I realised the parts were not there. Everything else was fine, like every other part of every other painting was fine. It was just that specifically was not there, and I didn't know why it wasn't there. But I did do some tests, and I done a few things, and it did make them appear, so hopefully luck's with me. I can't say what it was that I done for sure that made them appear, but the things that I've added to this run, which is mostly examining the dolls in the violet area a bit more, and things like that, hopefully if luck is with us, that will result in us getting the pieces in the gallery. I genuinely might go and look at that first because I just need to know if it's there. Like, I don't want to get myself hyped up about it and then go and it turns out they're missing. So I might actually go into the purple area first, just to check they're there, and then do the rest of the gallery. You'll see what I mean at the time. But as we get closer. Excuse me. Wolf called. Seen the guy just about to pop up. Red eyes popping over the wall there. Is it okay to cross? Bless. It was just being all what if or whatever. Another thing about this run is that if you've ever played Ebe Green Edition or Ebe Hardcore Edition, then you would know that those mods added a new ending called Sacrifice. And in Hardcore Edition specifically, they made it so that the painting that appears at the end of Sacrifice counts for the Cortana exhibit. So they actually added a 5th playthrough to the game. As if the 4 wasn't enough. If this run pans out to be about 2 hours 20, that sort of range, you can bet yourself that an Ebe Hardcore Edition 100% is most certainly 3 hours. Just shy of 3 hours. Like 2 hours 50 between 2:50 to 3. I would quite safely say. Yeah. Because I've moved it, that buys us a bit more time to escape the Doldrum layer, in case things go a bit shambolic. Because we haven't made any other errors though, related to doom points, we could actually fail the Doldrum and it would still be fine. Like, we can still get the ending with a Doldrum fail. But obviously that's slow. Slow, and we don't want to do it. If you missed something in the Violet area though, like if you missed something here during the last playthrough, I guess that would be your cue to get it. That you could just fail Doldrum here and then go back down to get it. But again, that's all very slow. Well, we remembered to get the ball of paint on every single run this time, that's good. An improvement, some might say. This whole section's been pretty good, to be honest. Sure, the last run I had that as well. Like just... oh no. I actually forgot there were a prompt there. I spoke too soon. I jinxed it. Right, complete the double run, let's go. That's a decently unfavourable layout. It's the layout that guarantees that you get it in the same place, I believe. No, it's not. No, this isn't the layout that I thought it was. This is the bad one. That's a shame. At least we got it in the first one. That's still the worst overall layout though. Fails. Yeah, I dropped my input. I did press left there, but it must have been slightly too early. Like we were still in the transition. And then my hand just dead ass slid off the keyboard completely. I actually don't have a hug split here either. Now that I looked at it, I've only got a toy box split. Silly. Carry on. Right, the final sketchbook. I've never known if that can damage you or not. I've avoided it every single time I've played. Like, I don't know if it's just decoration or something that can actually hit you. I've never tested it and I've never seen the need to test it because... but what would be the point? You test it and it turns out it does hit you and you're like, oh okay. And then it doesn't change the run any which way, so it doesn't matter at all. I won't kid you, I'm actually starting to sweat now, just it's... the run's kinda coming to a close now, there's not long left on it. We're over 2 hours in, and it's been a hell of a ride once again. But it's not over yet. I just hope it all goes okay. All goes okay. Ah, excellent. That has never happened before, ever. I've always wondered, like I've genuinely always been in that block queue. But it never has, so I wasn't sure if the AI was programmed to just not go over there or something. Yeah, okay. Here we are. Grab that, and we out. Yeah, now this time we do want to save. Because the same as the initial promise of reunion thing that we done for the reunion run that we did at the start of this run, you pick up your rows here, which means you have 1 health, and the AI has not been kind to me tonight. Today, I should say. It's still daytime-ish. Coming up 7 PM, probably tonight. You will see. I forgot to split a toy box actually. What a shame. Nope. Dude, come on. Right, okay. The movement like that, not great. Not great at all. I mean, we survived, but I'm gonna put that down to the AI. They really screw me over. My man Kuri knows that I'm trying to play the game. But my dude, I'm trying to do a 100% run of your game, can you please stop? Right, we should not get the option to give Gary the handkerchief. He's maybe our friend, but we're not that friendly. Not in this run. Yep. That's fine. Oops. Whoa, it's dark. Watch your step. Okay. Right, now this is the bonus dungeon. At this point we can start getting back to the whole collecting stuff. Like these, we have to see these. Worst thing about doing this though is that we need to bring in Gary to read some of the paintings, and having Gary with us makes this slow. There's so many parts of this which are just increased in length exponentially by just having Gary with you, because he'll talk a bit, he'll narrate, etc, etc. The other thing about this area, some of these paintings change at night time. If you've never seen this area, I'll show you what I mean later when I say at night time. Oh, excellent. Okay, hopefully we get decent RNG here. I'm not 100% sure on how the RNG works, but the butterfly can be absolute murder to catch, or it can be okay. Just depends on what the game gives you. Seems okay. Oh, that's really good actually, that's really good. Oh, Miles is true. I really like that painting. I don't know why, I just really do. I think it's because it just does stuff. Like, it's not like the rest of the paintings where it's just like a static thing you look at, like this. Yeah, that's you seen that. Like the Malice's Shrew form has, I don't know, character, you could say. There we go. It is now nighttime, so 2 of the paintings have changed. One of them you have to see for the game to progress. This one. Overfilled night sky. You can't read that if Gary's not here, so that's one of the ones that you need him for. And the hard to wake man, near where we put down the anthill, is the other one. There we go, he'll get the key for us. Gift. There we go, Night Owl Man. I really do enjoy these areas, especially this one. Safe to save. If Gary's with you, you want to do this in this order. Oh, that's the one. And then I made the wrong dialogue choice. Very good, very good. That was okay. How quickly they give you the piece is RNG. Right now, this room is hell. This is easily the worst room in the game. It's worse than Maze. But unlike the Maze, this has no strategy at all. Like, we're all familiar with the Maze, where it's like, you just do this and hope the thing works. This is literally run around and get the guys and hope that they're all congregated in a fashion that you can get quickly. If that made any sense. I could have worded that much better. That, however, was okay. Like, that wasn't too bad, don't get me wrong, it took a while, but the area in general takes a while. Nice. Safe to save. Well, the music dead ass stopped. I was like, why? Not supposed to do that. Grab the wrist. I didn't think the dialogue that I needed came up there. Bring in the night. This can be a bad time loss if you rush it. Because if you mess this up, you do not get a second go without leaving the room and coming back. And if you do that, the game assumes that you don't know what you're doing. So it shows you the bird doing it again. The best thing to do there is to just take it input by input. Like, as opposed to doing 2 right by just holding in right for 2 blocks. Just press right twice. This fucking hole in the ground counts, of all things in the game. What a bad place to be. It's faster here if you don't have any health. But if you have either 2 or 1 health, you get less dialogue here, as you'll maybe see here. You get less dialogue than that if you have a low health, because if you have low health, you don't get dialogue being like, oh, you've clearly taken damage, yada yada, because you can't take damage. If you took damage, you would die. speak to Gary until he starts to rest. There we go. Grab cubism. We'll have to examine that again, I just wasn't sure which one it was. Fortunately the rooms kind of started doing things anyway without us. There we go. When everything stops moving, you can begin the process of getting to the secret area. Sorry, my monitor did a thing there. There we go. Now that Gary's here, we can get that picture on the wall. And this is the one that you need to read. I'm sure the rest of them are all the same, but this one in particular, that bashful glance and cycloptic smile do not appear unless you read the book for them. So that one is an absolute must read for the 100%. Like it's not optional, you have to do it. There we go. And now we examine everything in here. Fortunately, this is all quite straightforward. A bit of dialogue about it. Sure, there's a couple of these ones that you do not have to read because you can see them at other parts of the game, but again, you are better safe than sorry. At this point, with the way that this category is routed, we cannot say for sure that reading, like if there's a painting that appears multiple times in the run, there's no way to know for sure that reading it at any given point will give you it. Or if it's in one specific part you have to read, so for safety's sake you're better just looking at the paintings, even if they're duplicates, wherever you can. If it so pans out that that is not the case, then there's a few minutes to be saved in this run. But that will not be me that does that. There we go. Right, at this point we are basically done, but again we have to verify the gallery. And also again, as mentioned earlier, the first thing I'm doing is going straight to that purple room. Because if the doll pieces aren't there, we can call this run a bust. Like before we even do anything. But I pray that that's not the case. $21.56. Let's see how it went, I suppose. God, I am nervous. Oh, right, the doll pieces are there, which is a relief, but again, we can't be too sure, so let's start from the bottom. work our way up. So here's Gary. You get him from one of the endings, Eve's dad. Eve's mum. And there's Mary. Now let's do a quick run around. God, please be correct. The wee ant as well. Eye painting is cool. Yeah, you're right. This looks okay. Still does the funky animation. Great. All the different wedding pieces. That one there is Bashful Glance, that's one of the ones you need to read the Works of Cortana be free for. I was hoping that would do the wee jingle as well. Shame. Let's continue. I know there's the secret area there, I will come back to that. And that piece is there. This is all in order. Right, just the black area. Come on. Come on. Woo! Nice. I'm sure that's 100%. In my knowledge, that is everything.